Tropical update as of 9:30 p.m. PST, August 7th. Hurricane Dora is a Cat 4 again, 115 knots. We can show you a satellite image of it. Well defined eye. Ring is still pretty well defined. Um, Sat estimates sport 115, speed with the south of due west at 20 knots, pretty fast. And it should maintain this during the next 3 to 4 days before it acts more west northwestward as it approaches the international date line. Environment remains unchanged, 27C sea surface temperature, low shear, and that should remain the same over the short term. Beyond 3 days, system begins to gain latitude as the T values are expected to increase just a bit. However, on the same texture is expected to increase with the general consensus of. We could show you the track, which shows this scenario, keeping it south of Hawaii. Then enters closing in on the international date line, which is in line with the models. Here's the intensity guidance. It should weaken, but could stay a major for another 60 to 72 hours. I mean, incredible ace-making storm. This thing could make it an industrial date line become a typhoon. There's our system for the Western Pacific, but we're a Western Hemisphere channel, mainly. Well, that's what we have for Dora. What do we have else? Here's Eugene, which has dissipated. Was a tropical storm, now is a remnant low. We got another system here. It is clearly well defined. Convection. I'd go as far as to say this is probably a depression. And models clearly show it hanging around for the next 48 to 72 hours in some form. But the AC ain't gonna upgrade most likely. But I'm gonna give it 40%. Who knows? Maybe the ANC will wake up and give it its justice. Try to head northwestward. The ANC is also looking at another system down later on in southwest of the Mexican coast. Has a 30% during the next 7 days. But models are not hot on it. Obviously. Let's see. Here's the GFS at 120. It doesn't really show anything. 168. Got a system over here. Oh, look. On the CMC, you definitely have a system. Unlike the GFS. Yeah. Icon doesn't really show anything. And I agree with the 30%. It doesn't look really good. Well, the Atlantic, we got a tropical wave. Remember what I said last night? We got a tropical wave off south of the Cape Verde, which is the most interesting system. And the GFS shows the low pressure. Let's look at the correct data. Really, I don't think it has much chance of formation. But we have another wave coming off, another low pressure. Really, I don't think there's much chance. We could have a Cape Verde system at 120, a disturbance, as I pointed out. Let's look at the enablers, GEFS. Let's go down to lower level dynamics and 120, and it definitely tries to form at a low pressure off the Cape Verde at this time. So there is some support. Let's see. Let's go back to 36. there just is not all that much support for the system southwest of the Cape Verdes right now. I mean, it a little bit, but not much. We'll go back to 120, and really nothing else. Let's look at the other neighbor, GEPS. It also shows that system. So eh, I think it's worth labeling it maybe a 10, based on what I can see. And there's still a slight chance, 48 hours for the sister southwest of the Cape Verde Islands based on GPS. Let's go to 144. Really, there's some. At 144, I mean, the Eastern Pacific system is given 30%. Could also form in the Gulf of Mexico. I mean, as you can see. But there's definitely some chance for development off the Cape Verde at this time. So like I said, 10%, I'll label that system. That's your chalk update.